All right, who's bout it? Bout it. I got some breaking news. Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford. This is the update. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Dan Raphael, boxing reporter, he posted this. Per sources, a deal for Spence Crawford is nearing completion, and the fight is penciled in for November 12th or November 19th, likely in Las Vegas. Assuming it is finalized, PBC is already looking towards undercard possibilities, with the WBA regular 147-pound titlist Stanionis likely to appear. Let's get it. Now, there's rumors that Shakur Stevenson's friend, Jaron Boots Ennis, could be on this card as well. And maybe Jaron Ennis fights Stanionis. If that's the case, I like it. Because Jaron Ennis's people, they have stated that they want to fight a good step up. You know, Keith Thurman, Stanionis, somebody of that caliber. So hopefully it gets done. Now, as far as the main event, what can I say? Long time coming. People been asking for this fight. Terence Bud Crawford, undefeated. Errol Spence Jr., hey, stop that cat. Man, damn. Undefeated. Errol Spence has 3 belts. Crawford has 1 belt. And this is the welterweight fight to prove who is the supreme, welterweight champion, because somebody's has got to go. So I know this is not a shocking update. We've been hearing about October, November is the possible date, but good thing that Dan Raphael, and I'll put the link in the description, make sure you follow his page, but good thing that he's reporting it, because that means there's current information. Because if you really think about the negotiations, it's been a cliffhanger. We've heard about the negotiation for quite some time. Some people were saying right by Halloween, and it just seemed like the negotiations died down, and we didn't really hear too much about what was happening. Now, I told you on my channel, I'm not going to speculate. I got things to do, outside of boxing, in boxing, behind the scenes, all that type of stuff. So I wasn't going to speculate, does the fight happen, this, that, and the third, because it's not that serious. Either it's going to A, happen, or B, it won't happen. Either way, on my channel, I will report the facts and report the news for you guys. Remember my slogan, SLC. That stands for subscribe, like, and comment. Takes a few seconds out of your day, and it goes a long way. I'm on the road to 300,000 subscribers. Shout out to all the wonderful fans and the people who support my work. And really, we need to reach a bigger audience more and more. That's what we're striving to. So a lot of people want to learn about boxing. You can help them. Reach one, teach one. Make sure you throw a like on the video, leave me a comment, share the video, subscribe. SLC, subscribe, like, comment. As far as Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, I'm not going to do a fight prediction. Not just yet, at least. I don't know if I will do it. I don't even know who's going to win the fight, to be honest, because both guys, you could make a strong case and a strong argument for either guy winning. And I truly believe that. And as far as I'm willing to go even a step further and say this, that anybody telling you otherwise, you might want to take their opinion and throw it out the window, because they're probably insanely biased, or they have like these preconceived notions, because it's not even that type of fight. This is just in terms of a fight prediction. If you can't make, a couple valid points as to why Errol Spence can beat Terence Crawford, and you can't make some valid points as to why Terence Crawford could beat Errol Spence, you're probably either tainted, or you're too close to one side, or whatever. You're insanely biased, or you have grudges, whatever the case is. But I'm not accepting, and that's been my standpoint. I'm not mad. My thing is this. I'm not mad at anyone picking either Crawford or Spence. But what I hope to do, and what I'll continue to do on my channel, is whoever you pick, I want to hear some sound, logical fight predictions. Because I'll just be real. When it comes to Bud Crawford winning the fight, not mad if people pick him. But some of the people, like the celebrity boxers and stuff that have picked Bud, it's almost sounds like wishful thinking, like they're hoping he fights in a way that he hasn't really shown. So I'd like to hear something that Bud has done and he's kind of showed you. You know what I mean? And that's my whole stance on that. But I think it's an awesome fight. I really want it to happen. You know, Errol Spence himself, he did an interview and he said, if it don't happen next, then it's not gonna happen. And that could be for a variety of reasons, meaning like now there's no excuses. Terence Crawford, he's a free agent, so he's not tethered to Top Rank, because we know Errol Spence was putting #BlameBob, and we know the inherent difficulties with Terence Crawford trying to fight Errol Spence and, you know, being on the different sides of the street. And it didn't help that it looked like there was friction towards the end of Terence Crawford's tenure with Top Rank, because while Top Rank still had Bud Crawford signed for at least a few more fights, Bob Arum was throwing him under the bus, you know, denigrating his brand. Terence Crawford, he needs to be like Floyd Mayweather and promote his fights, you little prick, you know? And I never even understood it. I never understood why, you know, that was done to Crawford, you know, and I'm just being real. But I'm a realist. The fact of the matter is it was done for Terence Crawford, and he kind of accepted it. He didn't really go in on Bud. Bud didn't really go in on Bob, right? Versus you look at other fighters, especially black fighters, that Terence Crawford had quarrels with, like Gary Russell Jr. As soon as Gary Russell, you know, referenced the time they had a beef or altercation, Gary Russell's like, oh, I punched him in the side of the head or punched him in his face or whatever. He didn't do nothing. You seen Crawford and he was in his car and he's like, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. I'll break your neck, blah, blah, blah. And he was quick to respond to Gary Russell Jr., a featherweight 126 pounder, and, you know, respond and clap back and say he was going to break his neck. He said, we don't even have to have a sanctioned fight. If I see you in the streets, it can go down right there and I'll break your neck. But then, you know, you have Bob Arum, Harvard educated Jewish man out of New York, your promoter, while you were with him, and you didn't really have much of a response to him, and so on and so forth. We've heard Crawford say stuff about Errol Spence, the fight won't happen, and, you know, we've heard his team talk about Errol Spence being a drunk and alcoholic and things like that. But the main one ruining and hurting your brand was the person you were signed to, and you didn't really have much to say. But, you know, anyway, Crawford, he's a free agent. Hopefully everything's clean. He has a clean bill of health, despite that he was signed with Daniel Kinahan with U.S. sanctions. That clearly can't be the case now, you know, because he would be putting himself in harm's way. We'll just say that, as that's an open investigation and someone that they're currently looking for. So as far as the fight, like I said, I'm not going to break down the Errol Spence, Terence Crawford fight too much, because seeing is believing. It's good that we're getting reports saying the fight will happen next, but I want to see it. I got to see it. I really, it's just been a lot of talk, and I'll be pacified and appeased when I hear from Crawford or hear from Errol Spence, because fights like this, it's just, you start hearing so many different things and everybody's speculating. I just want to sit back, go to their social media, and then see a flyer, see them post, hey, my next fight's in Vegas, blah, blah, blah. So there's no shade to the reporter, Dan, who, you know, put this tweet out, but it's just like, for me, it's just too much time has elapsed and so much has been said. Some people say Crawford wants too much money and it's not going to happen. Some people say, oh, look at Crawford's latest interview, because he did say this. Crawford said in his recent interview, he says down the line, he said when he was talking about Errol Spence, he said, oh yeah, we could get that down the line. But then he immediately corrected himself and said, not down the line. Hopefully we get that for the fight fans next. So I think he just kind of misspoke. It was a live interview. It can happen, right? So all in all, I'll keep you guys posted. The good thing is this, as I've stated many, many times, the fact that Errol Spence is shutting the F up, Terence Crawford is shutting the F up, and we're not hearing too much from them. They're all saying the same thing. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully we give the fans what they want, blah, blah, blah. That's usually a good sign, because the biggest way to not make a fight is to try to negotiate in public. And we see that right now with Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya constantly talking about Tank Davis, and now they're saying the Tank fight won't happen. So stay tuned. I'll keep you guys posted, yay or nay. Either way, SLC, subscribe, like, and comment. I'm the best in the business. See ya. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a Super Thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super Thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super Thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.